Ugh. Ooh, boy. Excuse me. Starting to eat, man. Garrett, why are the Hawks bringing us into a midweek pod? I said to myself, during the offseason, I'm just going to do one a week, if that. Not doing two a week. You brought us in, Garrett. What's up with that?
It's the best time of the year. It's free agency news.
Oh, boy.
Christmas in
I'm,
July.
I know. Well, for anyone listening, I'm one of your hosts, Josh Lane. Joining me on the other end, on the other line, the always reliable Garrick. Garrick, what's happening? I know you're enjoying
Always
things.
reliable. Good one, Josh.
Always reliable. Well, come on, Garrick. On my list of friends that I have, you're up there. You're up there. So, guys, what's up, man? We are, oh boy, in the middle of some Hawks randomness. Garrick, I talked with Brad on Sunday about why the heck won't Kevin Durant consider talking with us? Consider I think we have a really good option. And Lord and behold, the 2 days later, Atlanta is begging to meet with him. What you think on that, man?
Hey, you miss 100 shots. What is it? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Exactly. I mean,
So,
yeah,
shoot your shot.
I'm with you. What's the worst he'll say? No, which is what he won't give us.
I might slide in to Kate Upton's DMs after this and see what happens.
Garrick, that's right. Did I ever tell you about that time I met God, what's that girl's name? Pratt. Something
Kyla Pratt.
Kyla Pratt. Did I ever tell you about that time I met Kyla Pratt and when I
I
was
don't think
working?
so.
Okay, so I met Kyla Pratt this one time. Real quick story. Met her at the hotel. Me and this other dude I was working with, we were like, hey, that's Kyla Pratt. So, next time she walked by, I was on my job. I, took my hat off, straightened my shirt, and I said to her, I'm like, hey, what's up? She's like, hey. Didn't hear back from her since then. But Garrick, you know what? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That's a perfect example. Oh, Jesus. That's going down in the archives right there. Do you think like any of our listeners know who Kyla Pratt is? Does anyone? I say, what's up, Kyla? Hey. Didn't
What's
hear
that
back.
show? Flex? What Flex and
One
what's the
on
name of
one. One on one. Yeah. I was very proud of that, Garrick. So Durant is now, well, I don't even know if a meeting has been confirmed. Knowing Atlanta, they keep things on the hush hush. So I'm kind of hoping that, we don't hear about it, and it does. But if you logically think about it, the reason for him to come here, we actually have good coaching. We actually have good now we have good I guess what would you say? Not
front
chemistry.
office?
Yeah,
Uh,
front office environment. We're gonna have a good medical area. The front office again is smart. If Durant comes here, he will undoubtedly be the savior of this city. Um, he's not, because if he goes anywhere else, if you think about it, it's him joining up with someone. If he goes to the Warriors, he joins up with them. If he goes to, I don't know, the Clippers, goes to the Heat. You think about all this. If he comes to Atlanta, he's the hero for this city. I don't know.
Amina Hassan brought it up, I
Oh,
think
he
on
did?
Sunday.
Oh,
Yeah,
he did?
yeah. He
Man,
said we should be one of his choices
I don't listen to
because
Amino Hassan much.
because of the coaching, because of the offense that they run,
I feel we'd be a
and
good
because we're in
system.
the East.
I feel we'd be a good system for him.
Yeah.
But
Can you
that's my
imagine him
thought.
coming off those same curls that Corver comes off of?
Oh, boy.
And he has the ability to drive to the basket.
Oh, boy. We won't have to. Exactly. Kevin Durant, here's my pitch. We made Kyle Korver an all-star. Kyle Korver. Like, if Kyle Korver were in any other team, like people say to me, like, y'all need to get better, shooting guard and point guard, whatever. And I'm like, I think that's kind of a testament to how good our coaching is the fact that Kyle Korver is what he is, like a super threat, more so than whatever. I don't know. Garrett, am I crazy? What you think about all this?
I just want to get him in the room, Josh. I know that sound kind of sounded weird, but just get Kevin. Just get him in the room.
Just one in the room. We need the owners of Magic City, Gold Club, Stroker. No, man. Do I need to edit that out? I was gonna say Cheetah Club, Claremont Lounge, everyone. You didn't hear that from me though, but man, I don't know. But logically, though, everyone's going to think that Durant's just going to sign the 1-year deal, see what happens with Westbrook next year, sees what happens this year. That's the logical thing. But I do have to ask, do you think he's just meeting with teams just to tell them, here's what you need to do to get me next year?
Yeah, that could be the case. I was wondering why he's going through all this. He should be just signed a 1-year deal with OKC. Like, that'd be the smartest choice.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Just because of how interesting the team would be now, plus next year, you could be like, okay, more money for me. And then if Westbrook leaves, if he could stand to play another year with Westbrook, I don't know. Though they're quote buddy buddy, but so are him and James Harden, but he doesn't want to play in Houston. Garrick, we just need Kevin Durant to like actually take us seriously. Kind of stinks that no free agent takes us seriously. By the way, it brought up our discussion last podcast, people. Last podcast, we were talking about who was the best free agent that Atlanta has signed. Garrick, I believe you made the best point to me. You said Mutombo. And no. Is that who you told me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. You said Mutombo. And I said, the argument about Paul Millsap. So what was your argument about Mutombo over Paul Millsap?
Well, Mutombo was an all-star before he came to Atlanta. And Paul Millsap, I guess, I don't want to say Atlanta made Paul Millsap, but he wasn't the player that he was coming here. So we got him. We knew it was an underrated signing, but I guess nobody expected him to be an all-star after he came.
Very true. Very true. I still stick with Tracy McGrady, but Mutombo's probably the best answer. Anything else on the Durant talk? We went through that quick.
I'm reading some troubling news right now. It's not troubling.
Oh, you're reading some troubling news?
Yeah.
Um,
Here's my breaking news.
Wait. Is this about Al?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We will get to that in a minute then. We'll get to that in a minute. Is this more? Oh, I hope we're thinking of the same thing because I just read something recently about that. Is this the Zach Lowe tweet?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll talk about that later. So you said troubling news, Garrick, and I was thinking you were talking about the sudden interest that the Hawks have in former Magic, former Laker, and former Rockets center Dwight Howard.
Atlanta's own.
Atlanta's very own Dwight Howard. Why? Why?
I don't know, Josh. Howard, he's not as bad as people think he is now. Injuries just gotten him, but the biggest problem with him is watching him in the pick and roll. To me, when he doesn't roll to the basket, he calls for the ball. He rolls to the basket, posts up, calls for the ball, and he should be just uh, rolling straight to the basket.
Yeah. Dwight Howard. I agree. He's not as bad as we think. Though, granted, I don't think he's as good as a lot of people think when they want to compare him to his final years in Orlando.
Oh yeah,
Um, I would say outside of that, I'm calling for the ball because I feel like we're not going to, if Atlanta were to sign him, it wouldn't be a total ball denial like it was in Houston. Though, the thing that really kind of worries me is he worth that for his injuries? For injury, I guess. I mean, the dude's always hurt. You basically can't play him on a back to back. Injuries, yeah. That's my issue. I don't know. Or maybe, Garrick, I'm ready. I hope you're ready for my conspiracy theory right now.
what's that?
Okay, so Atlanta is meeting with Dwight Howard to publicly make notice to the camp of Kevin Durant that Atlanta is taking meetings with big name players. Drop the mic.
So we just have Dwight Howard. We're gonna be meeting Dwight Howard with the blinds up, the doors open. And Kevin Durant's gonna walk by and Dwight Howard's in there. He's just gonna say yeah.
Yeah. Hey. Yes. Yes.
I can dig it.
I don't know. That's my theory. What you think?
Uh, I want to know who's the odd man out if Dwight comes.
I only
And
assume this means that Horford isn't returning if
yeah,
they get Dwight. Because if you think about it like this, the best kind of, I guess you would say, system for Dwight would be 4 out, 1 in. And that's what got the Magic to the finals. I'm not saying he's, that Dwight Howard back then, but that seems to me would be the best. If you could just run pick and roll and you can surround him with shooters. And Millsap is the better creator / shooter of the two. That would be my theory, my guess, if they had to do that. I don't know.
yeah, got to get a better shooter than baseball.
That's $17 million a year, Kent Bazemore, to you. I don't know what I do. I don't know. If Atlanta were serious about getting Dwight Howard, how do you think, what would they have to do to make it work in Atlanta?
He would just have to buy in. I think he can still be not can't be a defensive player of the year that he once was, but he can still be effective on defense. Uh, Probably he has some trouble switching now with his bad back and lower half, but um, hmm, it's just Dwight Howard on the Hawks, Josh.
Hey, we
Remember when we
wanted
wanted
this.
him?
We
Remember
wanted
when we
this.
wanted this? What was it,
We
3 years ago?
5 years ago. It
5 years
felt
ago?
like it. I want to say 2011. Was that when we wanted this?
Yeah.
2011, 2012.
Is he bringing Chris Paul with him?
Oh my lord. Oh, I remember that. And we got caught for tampering that year. The dream. We had to settle for Damari Carroll and Paul Millsap. Man, I don't know. Dwight Howard. But that, yeah, and again, there instantly goes away our switching bigs defense that we're able to do with Horford gone. Um, there also goes the spacing, and there also goes Ryan Cameron screaming boss.
We'll get Atlanta's home back though.
Shut up, Garrett. Yeah, I guess. We need to totally do this for Jaylen Brown. What, 6 years from now? Jaylen Brown's from Marietta. I'm very, very happy of this. But we need to totally do that for him. What other big Atlanta players? Dwight is the big. Josh Smith. Do you think he'd
He's
go
a
play
free
with?
agent, isn't he?
Oh my lord! Do you think he'd go play with buddy Josh Smith again?
Rondo's a free agent too. We can just get Josh's buddies here.
AAU, the AAU. God.
Randolph Morris is not doing anything.
Can you imagine if the Hawks signed Rondo and Josh Smith and Dwight Howard? Would you still be a fan of the team? Okay, serious question. Second question we have out there to fans. If the Hawks were to sign Josh Smith, Dwight Howard, and Rajon Rondo, would you guys still be a fan of the Hawks? And I want honest answers to if you say yes, tell me like how you would be able to stand this. Me, Garrick, I would still be a fan, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't know if I could root for them every night, but I don't know. I'd be a fan of
Josh is a free agent.
who?
Joe.
Joe. Oh God. Oh God.
Marvin's a free. What? How are these guys free agents at the same time? Marvin's a free agent.
Josh Marvin.
We can just get the whole gang back together and see how Coach Bud would have done it. Like, see if that was the big difference.
Well,
Mike Bibby.
come on, Garrick. Come on, Garrick. You said see if that was the big difference. Come on, Garrick. You already know. Like, even past their prime, you already know there is a difference in coaching. Schroeder is the different. Oh God, and Schroeder is our point guard on top of all that. Garrick, I would probably watch them like I'd probably watch the Hawks like I watch the Rams, but
Like I watched the Braves. No.
oh, how you watch the Braves? No, not even that. Like, at least the Braves have. I don't know. Do the Braves have anything worth rooting for?
Julio. That's about it.
Okay, I don't know who I'd root for on that Hawks team. I root for the rookies. I'll say that. I'll root for the rookies. Okay, so Dwight Howard moving on. Mike Muscala, we picked up his player option, right? Was that the news today?
Yeah.
He quoted "Forever I Love Atlanta" from Atlanta's very own Lil Scrappy. Excuse me, TV's very own Little
Yes.
Lil Scrappy. Muscala. So it could further and amaze me of how someone that's a great shooter is somehow bad on offense. Not bad on offense, but I don't know. Interesting. And Mike Budenholzer got off, not guilty. Good news for this: Mike Scott might be retired by the time that he gets tried. So you never know. Free Mike Budenholzer. Any other news before we get to the breaking news, Garrick? Opinions you want to give?
Let's get into it, Josh.
Okay, so Zach Lowe recently tweeted, like, as I was turning this on, basically to record, that I'm trying to find the exact tweet. Garrick, do you have the exact tweet? Because I don't have it up right now.
Uh, was it the tweet or was it? It says the Hawks are reluctant to offer Horford the fifth year only they can dangle, and if they hold firm, they are at grave risk of losing him for nothing, per league sources. That
So,
is from Zach.
so Zach Lowe, I actually kind of believe him. Um, I mean, is this even news, really? Like, I don't know. It seems to me like it's kind of an obvious.
I think this came out uh, earlier in the year. I mean, I want to say around the trade deadline, didn't it? Here's some news that the Hawks were wanting sold on giving Horford 5 years. I think it was Zach Lowe then too.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just so I don't know. Is it news? Because it's like Hawks don't want to pay more money than they need to. No crap. I mean that's kind of how I read it.
Uh,
Um, I don't know. Am I reading that wrong? Am I reading that differently? Because that's kind of what it seems like to me.
yeah, you always want to get the best deal for yourself, whether you're a team or the player.
I mean, we should have learned this way back when Joe Johnson was a free agent. You just don't want to come out guns blazing, max offer. I don't know. That's the one thing I learned from that free agency. But no crap. If Hawks don't have to use the 5th-year deal um, to get Horford, then they don't want to. However, I feel like that's kind of like the Garrett, you're a Spades player, right?
Hmm.
I feel like the 5th year is like the big joker.
You only use it if you.
You
I
can't.
mean,
You have
go ahead.
all these low spades. You have all these low spades that you want to throw out, and low spade 4th year. Um, you know, just all these low spades. But if he wants to go to Boston or something about that, wait, I'm about to cut you, big
Yeah,
joker. Now, for those of you that don't
that makes
understand spades, go read up on it. Go read on the history of playing spades at family reunions and in college. But I don't know. Did that analogy make sense at all?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, man. I'm so glad I could use that reference for something. But yeah, what's the point of paying him more than needs to be if you don't have to? I just feel like that's kind of like a, last resort because you want to use that money for something else. I mean, it's obvious. It's like Hawks want to get the most value out of their players on their team. Breaking. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Garrick, you got anything to say?
Um, what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought, Josh. Uh, yeah, don't at fifth year. How old is Al? 30.
Yes.
Yeah, that fifth year. Maybe the Hawks try to get creative and do something like a player option, give him four, and not a team option or something. Yeah, team option, player option. But yeah, I think they'll. I still think I still think he comes back, but uh, it's gonna be within reason. Right now, the Pistons are trying to get a meeting with him.
Oh boy, the Pistons. Well, then, if Pistons try to get a meeting with him, I would also like to get a meet. I would throw every single thing that Andre Drummond can offer and make them match it.
Oh yeah.
I would do that, but that's just me. So, Garrick, that's all Hawks news. I feel like we've been doing good so far. Just relaxing, talking about the Hawks. You got anything Hawks wise? Unless you want to get out your system.
Uh, got introduced to our draft picks. What was that, yesterday?
Oh, they did. Wait,
That
were
Tarian Prince got introduced to
oh
Bembry and Cordinier.
Bimbry? You know, the more I read about these guys, the kind of more I like this draft of what we did. I'm totally cool with it. You know, just think about like 3 years down the line, we have just switching backcourts, switch everything, have Dennis grow with them. Oh, right, right. Okay. We missed the one other thing I wanted to say. So, what should happen if Horford leaves? What do you think we should do if Horford leaves?
If Horford leaves and we don't sign Howard,
Yeah,
um,
yeah. Let's just say that.
I guess you would take calls on Paul Millsap. Don't seek out trades, but take calls. Let let people come to you and see what they're offering. So I don't want to seem desperate.
Yeah,
Take the best offer.
you gotta think about rebuilding at that point. I mean, we have two rookies this year. Um, Dennis is coming in. He's still very, very young. Yeah, you got to consider rebuilding, at least in my opinion, if Horford's gone. See what you get for Millsap. Okay, though, I have to wonder what does Boston have to offer more than Atlanta now that we've switched back to me ranting about Boston?
The greatest coach in the history of the
Yeah,
universe, Joshua. You
shut your
know it.
mouth. Shut your mouth. It's not like they draft. Does Boston even draft smart? Like,
No, Danny Ainge is not a good coach.
yeah, like they don't even. Their only asset is their coach. I can't think of anything else. I don't know. Why are you hitting the mic? I hear you beatboxing on it. Kidding. Okay, so now let's get to the main thing I actually called you for. The main discussion on this that I've come to talk to you about today. Very important news. The Hawks was just, talking about NBA was just kind of background. Did you see that Game of Thrones finale? Yeah.
I'm actually watching it right now.
Man, okay, I got to see it a second time. I saw it the first time. Apparently there's so much stuff I missed that first time. Man, let's go down. Correct me if I'm getting the order of some of this stuff wrong, but just go down some stuff. Man, that opening scene, that explosion. Excuse me. Spoiler for Game of Thrones. Thank you everyone for tuning in. If you don't want to hear that, peace. You out. But for now, we're gonna be talking about our love for Game of Thrones right now. Thank you. All right. So, man, how that thing opened. Do you think it was necessary to blow up the sept like that?
Uh, what do they say? Uh, a woman scorned
Oh yeah,
Cersei is a person you don't want to cross.
Cersei, man. So the little birds killed the maester, um, old maester
Oh
Kyborn.
yeah,
Kyborn. The little birds. Lancel got Is that Lancel who got stabbed?
Lancer
And
got stabbed.
yeah,
Grand Maester Pycelle
Got
Didn't pay his prostitute,
you got
and he paid for it later. That's karma coming back to you.
that's
Pay your
right.
prostitutes, everybody.
Yes, yes. We don't encourage prostitution. That's a word, but pay them. Pay what you owe. But Lancel is crawling towards the candle that I thought was just brilliant of how he was just slow burning to the ground. Though, okay, so here's my only fault that I have to ask. How does it Lancel get stabbed and he can barely walk, whereas like Arya 2 episodes earlier gets
Maybe one of these, call him one of those children of the corn. There was something about acupuncture or something that got him in the right spot,
okay. All right.
in the spine or something.
All
I
right.
guess that's how I. That's how I
All
interpret
right.
it.
All right. We'll go with that. So Lancel is crawling. Man, you just see the slow burn of the candle, and you see the glow of green in the hallway, and you're like, "Oh crap!" Marjorie, were you shocked they killed Marjorie?
Um, it's Game of Thrones, Josh. You can't be shocked when anyone dies.
It's just like I thought they'd let her live because it was just kind of like she had planning and stuff. But what should have thrown me off was when a few episodes when she's playing the act that she's a follower of the Seven or whatever. Is that obvious? Is the wig that she was wearing? It seemed to me she was wearing an obvious wig. And at that point, I was like, okay, something's got to be up. But man, it's just like seemed like she had a plan and a whole story arc to go. It just seemed like they cut her life off quick.
Yeah.
She saw it coming though. She was like, "Hold on, hold on, hold on." No one let her leave, and
Well, she would have been dead anyway if she tried. If she left, I don't
really,
think she would have got up. I don't think she would have gotten out of there.
maybe she just like started sprinting, like I don't know.
Yeah.
She should have just said, "I gotta go."
That explosion looked rough.
Yeah.
Like it took out everything within a 10-mile radius.
Oh, it did. Okay.
I
It seemed like it. It seemed like it. Okay. Well, she should have been like, "I gotta go to the bathroom." But right after Lancel, not Lancel, who's her brother? Um, the one that was got the
Loris.
Loris. Right after Loris got the head tattoo. Man, and the thing is, like Cersei wasn't there, and they wanted to continue. Basically, the leader dude was all like, "No, we'll continue. She's not here. It just makes her look worse." So that leads to you see Cersei smile, and then she starts waterboarding someone with wine, which I never thought of, but that's hilarious when you think about it.
Pretty gangster. It is very gangster to pour wine on someone.
The thing is, the shame lady, I was kind of like, with how annoying she was. But when they brought in the mountain, I was like, oh, why? What? That wasn't necessary.
I guess they're gonna leave it up to the imagination what he was doing to her.
I don't want to leave it up to the imagination. Crushed your head like Oberyn. Crushed your head like Oberyn. Um, and then we get to possibly the only funny part of the episode, even though I was shocked for about 20 seconds. So there's a scene where they have the camera fixated on a window. And you see who Robbie on Twitter calls him Butters, which is hilarious to me because when you think about it, Butters. But King Tommen is walking back and forth, and you think he leaves the shot, then all of a sudden he just jumps out the window. Oh
King's
my
Landing.
goodness. Hey, terrible pun. Are you a Boardwalk Empire watcher?
No.
Okay, there's a character that had a similar death on there. But yeah, he just jumped out the window. And because it's butters in my mind, I thought, oh, hamburgers. But yeah, man. Yeah, just shocking. That got me. What did you think of that when he jumped out?
I gotta admit, it was funny.
He didn't know what to do. His girl was gone. His mama went crazy.
All of it happened under his reign.
Yeah. Wait a second. Wait a second. Hold on. I think I just read something on my Twitter. It's basketball related. Do you have 5 seconds to go back to this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Warriors interested in Steven Jackson as coach.
Yeah, I saw that earlier, but it says he wants to return as a player.
Oh, God. Okay. So back to Game of Thrones. What else? What happened after that? Um,
Um, what did happen? Littlefinger tried to
oh, right.
press up on Sansa.
And okay, so the funny part about that was like Sansa's like, this dude is crazy. But he was like, no one will respect John because, he's not a pure blood. He doesn't have the name, blah, blah, blah. No one will listen to John. They need to listen to you. And, Littlefinger gives his intentions, wanting to be king of the Iron Throne and wants Sansa there. But it was just funny to me that he says all this about John, no one wanting to support John. And then, and possibly one of the another great scene with one of my new favorite characters of Game of Thrones, this little girl that
Oh yeah.
this little girl who punks people out. Everyone says they'll support John, but prior to that, they had the Tower of Joy ending. So it's my belief that John is not Ned Stark's son. Is that what we understand here?
Yes.
Okay. It's his sister. And if you go back and look through the Game of Thrones history, it's going to be supposedly one of the Targaryens that the whole
Yeah,
war
Rhaegar.
started with. Rhaegar. So I wonder if Bran is somehow going to share this news through his vision of looking through trees with red
If
maple
anyone
syrup.
would believe him.
I feel like he could just look into the past or take control of something and someone will believe you. But then again, it's kind of like people who don't believe that there are frost zombies, ice zombies, and
Yeah.
then they see them and they're like, well, never mind. They're obviously ice zombies.
Oh, that's another funny part. Sam arriving at the Citadel.
Oh, I forgot Sam arrived in Old Town. He goes to the library. He still has the sword, which is great to me.
Yeah. The librarian guy. No women or children.
Yeah, it's funny thing is she stuck up for him so much, but then he's like, "Oh, sorry."
Yeah. God forbid they let a woman or a child in the library to read a book.
They're wildlings. They probably don't have the Dr. Seuss section out there. One fish, two fish. Okay, so we see Walder Frey yelling at some girl. Did you expect that to be Arya?
I did not.
I actually kind of saw it coming because I was like, who who's this random girl? And he said, when he said, who is that? I was like, watch, this is Arya. But I was surprised that she had the power of Nightcrawler and somehow was able to get there that fast. Oh boy, you talk about the power of Nightcrawler. I'll talk about this in a second. But apparently I missed this. There was somebody's toe in the pie he was eating.
Hmm.
Huh.
Yeah, you didn't see it? He
I
lifted up
didn't
the crust. That sounds nasty to say
the
after you
crust.
mentioned toe, but
They went full Scott Tenor them. Tenor, oh, darn it. I had the joke in my head and I completely forgot it. You know what I'm talking about.
Scott Tournament, yeah,
Yes. Yes.
greatest episode of South Park.
So um Arya ruthlessly takes him out. Just ruthless. It was wonderful.
Gave him the same fate that he gave her mother.
And the same fate her mother gave his young wife. Oh, no, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moving on. Varys also magically teleports back to the ships. You see just these giant ships. You know, ish is about to happen next season. Next season, it's on, and then it ends with also you see Cersei with these epic black shoulder pads and sitting on the throne.
It's an amazing looking wardrobe.
I thought it was really cool. Like they must have like asked some video game players, what is an evil thing that, you know, someone will wear, and they had it. So do you think Cersei's gonna be more crazy now that all her kids are dead?
Ooh, yeah.
I wonder what Jamie will think of her now.
I'm watching it right now, and Jamie has. It's the part where where she walks up to the throne. He has that look on his face.
Oh wait, so
Like, what
Jamie's
has
actually
she done? Yeah,
wait, so
he came to
Jamie's
King's Landing.
oh, I saw him come to King's Landing. I didn't see him in the okay, I got to rewatch all this now. Um man. Well, that's everything, man. I'm looking forward to next season. I think this was the best season they've had.
Yeah.
It multiple points during the season where I was like, holy crap. Like you realize like hold the door was such a big thing, but everyone's probably forgotten it because of the last two episodes. Hold the door was this year.
Yeah.
All right.
Lost some pretty good. Feel like
Oh
we
my
lost some family members, Josh.
oh my god. There are a ton of character deaths in this episode. I was like, oh my god, they're just killing people left and right.
I'm gonna miss Maester Pycelle and his labored speaking and his old. His, I don't know.
I'm gonna miss. I was gonna say I'm gonna miss Ramsey, but no. But I'm gonna miss. I don't know who I'm gonna miss Marjorie.
Yeah.
Miss Marjorie. First one I'm gonna miss. I'm also gonna miss. Not. I was gonna say Walder Frey just because I was gonna say every time I watch him, I'm like, how is he still alive?
Have you ever seen The Strain?
I have not watched The Strain. I do want to see it though.
He's one of the main characters in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Old guy from Harry Potter has made himself into two more franchises.
He got killed by a little girl, but he's surviving vampires.
Okay, I gotta watch it now. The Strain. People tell me not to watch it, and some people tell me, so I need to watch it then.
You make your own decision. I'm so into it, but I can't tell if it's bad or not yet.
Okay, so you're like me with The Walking Dead at times.
Yeah.
Because Walking Dead has just gotten so predictable to me. Like, like the second that a minor character starts actually have speaking parts on the show, you know what's about to happen. They're gonna die.
It has an annoying child, just like The Walking Dead.
Oh, jeez. Okay. All right, Garrick. We have a couple questions, so let's switch back to basketball state of mind. James asks me, besides the Hawks, which team has the best chance of picking up Horford?
Guess I'll say the Celtics. If he left the Hawks, the best place for him would probably be Pistons or the Wizards. I'm gonna say the Wizards.
What about the Warriors?
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I don't know, man. Maybe the Warriors. Maybe the Celtics. I don't get why the Celtics, but apparently the Celtics, people say, is a good reason.
He would just go there to slap Tommy Heinsohn in the face and come back to Atlanta.
What if he went there to be a sleeper agent and purposely tank every time we played him?
I don't know if that would be worth it, though, Josh.
No,
to lose him.
No,
only win 4 games a year.
Watch a minute. Let's see here. Somebody questions me. The news is if Durant resigns with OKC, a big 4-year deal from Go would make if Atlanta doesn't. Jeez. Okay, people, it's not saying Atlanta isn't going. Okay, so everyone apparently thinks that Atlanta's just not going to give him the 5th-year option. This is back to Horford, everyone, that I'm talking about. It's not that they're not going to give him the 5th-year option. It's that they're using that as the final bargaining chip. Am I reading this wrong? Is that not what's happening? Because that's what seems like is happening to me. And that seems like what's been discussion these past 6 months. I don't know.
A break in case of an emergency.
Yeah. Just don't have Amari punch the glass that's holding that. But yeah, it's the big joker. It's the big joker, and someone throws down a jack of spades. And it's walking. It's like if somebody throws down the jack of spades, it's walking, but you realize you need to get the book in order to set them. Okay, it made sense to me because I play spades. So for spades players out there, oh my goodness. Okay, all right. I'm gonna have to explain this to people on my Twitter when I do this. Anyway, guys, thank you for the questions. Thank you for listening. Garrick, thank you for joining me late at night for you to talk Atlanta and most importantly, Game of Thrones. And I'm probably gonna rewatch the episode.
I had fun, Josh.
All right,
Thanks
man.
for having me.
Hey, thank you. Anyway, guys, we will catch you next time. We out.